I'm Carol with Let's Talk Dementia. I'm glad you've tuned into another episode. Today we're going to talk about exercising and why that's important to fight dementia or even when we already have dementia. But before we get too involved in moving around, push that little subscribe button down there. Every time you subscribe, it increases the numbers that we have. The more numbers that we have, the more times that YouTube will refer us to other people. There is someone diagnosed with dementia every 61 seconds in the United States. That means there's a whole lot of people traveling this journey who need help with their caregiving experience. So by pushing that subscribe button, you're actually helping them, and you'll be notified every time a new video is released. Well, what I want to talk to you today is about exercising. Now, this is something that it's important for all of us. In my life, I've definitely not exercised the way I should, but I can tell you in the last couple of years, it has become more important in my world. I was told recently that if you got up at the top of the hour, or once an hour, or whatever, it's just easy to remember the top of the hour, and you jogged just as fast as you could possibly jog for 10 seconds. That's all, just 10 seconds. And you did it every waking hour. You changed nothing else in your world. You didn't change your diet, nothing else, your sleep pattern, nothing else. You just jogged as fast as you could possibly jog for 10 seconds once an hour, that you would lose weight. Well, that's pretty intriguing to me. So this is what I'm doing. Because, I'm this kind of person, if 1 is good, then 12 is better. So what I'm doing is at the top of the hour, I'm getting up and I'm walking in place 100 steps. I'm doing 100 kicks. I'm doing 100 kickbacks. And then I'm doing 100 steps in place again. Well, in doing this, I am accumulating a lot of steps in the day. I'm starting my day with a 3-mile walk outside or 3 miles in the pool. By the end of the day, my goal is to have 14,000 steps. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of steps, isn't it? And it is. 14,000 steps, 7 days a week is going to equal just over 100,000 steps, and that's about 50 miles. Well, I've been doing this. I feel better, right? I'm sleeping better. My need for my medications has actually dropped. I was taking medications to help me sleep. I don't do that anymore. I'm actually sleeping on my own. Now, if you don't have dementia, then yay, we're celebrating that fact, aren't we? But we want to keep dementia away, and we know that anything that we do that's good for our heart is good for our brain. So exercising is good for your heart, it's good for your brain. Well, what about our folks who have dementia? Well, especially if they have the early stages of dementia, while maybe their arms and their legs are working more effectively, then getting them up, getting them walking in place. It makes no difference whether we get up to this jog, but if we just get them walking in place. Maybe they are seated in a chair and they're raising their feet up and down and pumping their arms at the same time. Whatever we can do to get the body moving. Now let's remember, we can move our arms up and down, we can move our arms out, we can go up and pull down. There's a lot of things we can do while we walk in place, or even while we're seated and we're moving our body. It's good for our loved ones with dementia to move their bodies. You got to do this. And not just them, but you. Now, let's talk about you as the caregiver. Why do you need to exercise? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's going to help release stress. I've been under a lot of stress the last couple weeks. I have had days where I've cried, and I'm not a crier. I don't cry, but it's just come and I've not been able to stop it. And I know too that not stopping it's good for my body. I got to let that out. But I've also known that if I moved around, that stress level did decrease. And when my stress level goes down, I'm more effective as a caregiver for my mama. When I go visit my mama, I don't want her to pick up on my stress. I don't want her to wonder what's wrong. I do not want to hear the words, Pookie, what's wrong, come out of my mama's mouth. That's my nickname, Pookie. I want her to always think life is just wonderful and happy for me, and therefore it will be for her. So while you are caregiving, get up and exercise. Listen, there's nobody on the planet who enjoys laying into bed and sleeping late more than moi. I do love that stuff. But I also know that if I sleep too late, that then I don't have time to get up and get my walking done before I need to be to work. And that's just not a good plan. Make yourself a priority. If you make yourself a priority as far as your exercise, I guarantee you it will spill over into the life of your loved one with dementia, because it's going to be on your brain, right? And that's what we want. Well, I hope that gives you something to think about and to ponder around in your head and make plans of what you're going to do. And maybe at the top of the hour, you're just going to get up and walk as fast as you can, jog as fast as you can for 10 seconds. Maybe that's all you're going to do. That's an excellent starting point. And instead of sitting on the sofa and watching those commercials of stuff you don't need to buy, let's just face it, you don't need a new car and you don't need a pizza. So don't watch the commercials, but during the commercials, get up and jog in place. Get up and do kicks, get up and do kickbacks or whatever. Use your arms during that commercial while you're using your legs. You'd be surprised how many steps you will accumulate, and that's good for your heart. It's good for your brain, and we want to have healthy hearts and healthy brains, right? So click that subscribe button, and remember this: knowledge brings power, power brings hope, hope brings smiles, and heaven knows we need more smiles. I really do this week. What about you? Blessings and smiles. Hi, this is your funny for today, and it may not be entirely appropriate, but my sense of humor is a little bit weird some days. I thought it was funny, so here it goes. All right, you ready? If a tree falls on your ex in the woods and nobody hears it, you should still get rid of the chainsaw just in case. That's funny, isn't it? I hope you giggled. I needed to giggle today. Blessings and smiles.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. When you subscribe, you'll be able to stay up to date on our latest videos, and all of the videos are free. Check out my book, Let's Talk Dementia. It is available on Amazon. The link is in the description below. Blessings and smiles.